Knoll Nation, welcome in to another episode of the Renegade Rundown with your host, George Georgitis, and the best co host in the land, Jen Santee, aka Jen Knoll 13 at Jen Santee 1890 on X. You can go find her. Make sure you subscribe over there. Big show for you guys. We have landed memberships. A lot of you guys have been asking about it. So memberships are officially available. We've had a couple people jump in previous to the show getting started, so we really appreciate you guys, Chris Gentry and Kev jumping in and becoming greenies. And I'm going to give a shout out to the other 5 guys who jumped up and became members here a little bit later in the show. The Orange Bowl. How we feeling, Jen? We excited?
Yeah, I kind of I texted you about it last night. I kind of got a good feeling about it for some reason. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm gonna go with it and be happy with it, but I don't know. I'm not saying I'm picking Florida State to win, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's get through we'll discuss.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to the predictions toward the end before we open up for the callers. But look, I'm right there with you. The defense is what gives me hope. The defense is what I've just been building myself up over and over again. Adding Daryl Jackson, you've got a lot of pieces there. Look, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. We certainly aren't favored in the game, but we'll get to the predictions. The predictions might surprise you. I'll say this: I haven't picked against the Knolls all year. And we haven't lost all year. We're 13-0. So I just don't know if I'll be able to go against that as it goes on. But I'm fired up to see Brock Glenn and the guys get out there and get after it. Did you get to see that press conference today with Kirby Smart and Mike Norvell?
I did.
What did
And
you think of that?
honest, so that kind of got me more thinking that Florida State was going to win. Like, I'm not kidding. It was like the suit comparison. I know I'm going to be a girl here, but Mike's suit compared to Kirby's suit there was a difference. There was a big difference.
Going with the suit game. I love it.
Hmm.
He definitely had the swag going, man. It was
Yeah.
weird. There was a weird vibe. I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah.
It seems like I think Kirby really does not like Mike. He threw 3 or different times. He brought up, they didn't used to recruit South Georgia and now they do. And we're recruiting the
Which
same
is,
area, and he brought it up like 3 or 4 times. And look, we had 6 of the top 10 Georgia players in the country, not in the country,
and
in the entire state committed at one point in time. They flipped KJ Bolden. He kind of made reference to that a couple times. As nice as it might have came off to the casual, it just felt like to me that Mike Norvell and Kirby Smart were just throwing daggers across that thing, like little, like almost passive aggressive, if you want to call it that. But yeah, there's a lot of intensity there. And I'm really excited to see this matchup. It was a little different than
I,
what I expected.
yeah, like, and the thing is Florida State's always recruited Georgia. Like, this isn't new. So I don't know. I mean, I guess they stopped recruiting it well, right?
That's the key. And he
Um,
even threw that word in there. You know what I mean? It was, this has been we've always recruited Georgia. That's like it's just as close. Like South Georgia is way closer than
yeah.
Miami. So of course
I
we're going to
mean,
recruit it. And you put the nail. It's like we're recruiting it well now. I think there's, to take Landon Thomas, to have KJ Bolden all that time and they barely get him flipped. Like there is definitely a rivalry there. As much respect as there was, it was pretty awesome to see.
so did I tell you that I took back the sympathy I had for KJ? Did we already discuss that?
We can have it again, but yeah, I know we had it off air, but
Yeah, we had it off air. I'm willing to
because
do it on air. And here's the thing. I saw his interview and my sympathy has been returned. I'm sending it, I'm packing it up in an Amazon box and sending it back for Christmas because I'm done. That was it was he was talking about how, oh, I've known for 3 weeks I was slipping.
ooh we.
Oh, it's bad. I posted on YouTube, like I posted on my Twitter. Um, it's I don't know. It's to me, it's not a good look. And again, if you wanted to flip, like I said to him, I think I always said on this show, the only team I saw as a possibility for him was Georgia. I said we need to be concerned about Georgia, but the way he said it was just, I don't know, it was wrong. And to make his poor grandma go all the way down to Tallahassee while he's claiming he's known for 3 weeks, why would you do that to her? That's just
Yeah,
weird
if
to
you
me.
go back and watch the interviews he did when he was down here, it's like it's super cringe because then I
Yeah.
believe it's Michael Langston or something asks him, so are you a Knoll? And he's like, "Psh, yeah, I can't speak on that. And it's like,
Or
okay,
no,
like
he said you already know
I
that or something.
definitely believe him. Yeah, when you look at it in hindsight, it's like, oh shit. But yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Marcus. Marcus is a Michigan fan, became a member. He's a fan of the show. We appreciate it. Also,
Thank you,
Chuck Stone
Marcus.
jumps up and becomes a greenie as well. So we appreciate you, Chuck Stone. Guys, I'll go ahead and let you guys know this as we have these members jumping on here. We are going to be doing 2 cash giveaways like we've done in the past. In the past, we've done a cash giveaway and then a trading card pack. This time, we're going to do 2 cash giveaways. One is going to be for $75, and that's going to be for members only. Okay, we're going to have a way, now that we have the memberships, we're going to have a way to separate it out and really do some fun stuff with the members only. But we're also going to give away $25 cash surprise just for anybody that subscribe, anybody in the chat. So this will be a big thing for the new members and a special thanks. And somebody will get their money back and then some for their membership. And they'll be able to do whatever they want with it. If people want to roll it over to the next giveaway, if they want to donate it to the Battle's End, if they want to, take it home and it helps somebody have a better Christmas a couple days late, that would be amazing. So we're going to have fun with it, and that'll be later in the call-in show. But we appreciate everybody that's signing up and look forward to that. But yeah, and if you don't know what Jen meant about kind of feeling hurt, if there's no more sympathy there, when he had first picked Georgia, it kind of seemed like, and we had talked about maybe that was a pressured thing from his family and kind of a situation and to stay in Georgia, all this stuff. And it really kind of looked like he was miserable when he had to, spurn Florida State. It didn't look like this thing, with Travis Hunter where he's all happy to chunk the hat and it was a whole thing. It really looked like it affected him. But then for him to come out and talk about, oh, well, I knew for 3 weeks, and you look back at the fact that he was there watching us prepare for Georgia. Now he's an early enrollee, so it's a whole kind of can of beans. So there's no love lost. He is just he's a part of the enemy team now, just like Luke Cromenhawk is at practice getting ready. We've got some of our DBs, Charles Lester, already in camp. We've got to see him in action. So that's pretty awesome to see, but it's the same thing for KJ. So yeah, no love lost. He's on the other team, and it's on to bigger and brighter things. Before we get too crazy into talking about the Orange Bowl and stuff, we will have to talk about the QB1 situation. And I want to get a little rant off and then get Jen's opinion on this. Okay. First of all, to the Renegade Report, all of our subscribers, everybody that's in here now, we've been pretty consistent on this. We try to pass any information that we get to you best we can if we're allowed to. But here's the deal. There's no new information when it comes to quarterback, one, for what it is that we can tell you. All I can tell you is that like the trajectory of the program, how things have gone over the past couple of years, you can see the changes. You can read the tea leaves of how things are going. Different people are getting credentials. Okay. They're getting tired of things getting leaked. They don't want another Emeritus Mims. They don't want another signing day and a graphic leak saying Jeremiah Smith is a Knoll. These things keep happening over and over and over and over again. And even if it is a kid who really wants to go to Florida State and is going to end up at Florida State, they don't want these articles come up spoiling the kid's decision and messing with everything they've got going on, be it NIL, conversations, relationships. This is a big moment for these kids. They want to have that, be able to make that announcement to the world. Okay. So like they're starting to trust new media. The information is not going to come out the same it has in recruitments. So I'm confident. I'm like I said, I'm going to get Jen's opinion on it, but I'm confident that our guys in place, they're just getting ready for a bowl game, guys. They are in Miami. The Orange Bowl's tomorrow. That's what the coaching staff is 100% on. The people that are working on the numbers, stuff like that, are taken care of. But I don't understand. Just don't act like the sky's falling or get upset. They got plenty of time until I think January 18th for this quarterback to get in, commit, and be part of the team and get ready for the spring and be ready to roll for 2024. Whether that's Cam Ward or DJU, you can take it for what it's worth. We're not going to speak on any knowledge that we have inside or out. I've been for Cam Ward. That's who I thought it's been the whole time. I'm confident. Jen, I think she's on DJU's end. That's who she prefer. But how are you feeling about the quarterback situation?
It's not just who I would prefer. I'm just saying somebody who really wanted to be there. I just always thought it was going to be him, except for what I just heard, my love. Cam Ward posted on Snapchat.
I like the sound of that.
Cam Ward posted on Snapchat a picture of a dashboard in his car that said Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers, Tallahassee, Florida.
Let's go. You heard it here. Breaking news. Did he just post that?
It was 20 minutes ago.
Wow. Breaking news right here on the Renegade Report. Take that for what it's worth, guys.
Yeah,
I'm confident.
I'm not stalking people's page. Other people reposted it. I'm just seeing it just now. But yeah, I mean, Snapchats go down, whatever. It's a Snapchat. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, you tell me what you think.
Yeah, no, I just told him what I think. I'm confident. I think, I've said all along, I think Cam Ward's the guy. Yeah, that's the number one guy on the board as far as I'm concerned in my world, and in my opinion, the staff's. And I think they're done. They're done with the BS. They're done trusting certain people with information. You're not going to get this stuff to come out and get leaked and say it's a done deal 2 or 3 days before it's supposed to be announced, and then you have time for, stuff to get flipped. So that's my opinion on it, and I think we get that guy. Maybe it's for the New Year's. Maybe they announce it after the game. I don't know. We don't have a date. If we did, we couldn't tell you. But all I know is that Florida State's going to have their quarterback for next year. So they just hold on tight, and as soon as we're allowed to report it, or he actually signs the paper, he's in Tallahassee getting ready to get set up for his dorm, you will be the first to know about it. I promise.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I would prefer DJ. I'm fine with DJ. I'm A-okay with DJ. I think they should have taken DJ last week. But I'm not a coach. I'm not paid millions of dollars to do that. And if they really feel like they can get Cam and that's their preference, again, I'm going to trust them. I'm getting a little concerned about it. So let's see how it goes.
Concerned about what? About the length of the how long it's taking them to pick or get something done? Didn't you say you mentioned another team possibly snooping around DJ?
Yeah, Michigan.
What do you think? You think there's anything real there?
I 100. If he doesn't, if Florida State if Michigan's going to sniff around, if we get to the first playoff game, if Michigan loses to Alabama, which I think they will, yeah, this is the problem. It could be, but again, I'm gonna trust them because
you think they're gonna drop JJ McCarthy? Think they would bring him in?
No, I think JJ thinks he can go to the NFL
after this year. Oof, that's tough. I would disagree with him, but yeah, quarterback confidence knows no bounds. I mean, if he went on a run and won, maybe we will see. But yeah, the longer the negotiation goes on, if there is a negotiation going on between Cam and FSU, if there is a negotiation going on between DJU and FSU, the other party, there's always the chance that you lose both fish. Look, when Willie Taggart was here, this was every GD recruitment for him. And I think that's where a little bit of this energy from me and you and all of Knoll Nation as a whole I mean, there's fans out there that are just absolutely freaking out. They don't know what to do. I think a lot of this energy comes back from 2018, 2019, because Willie Taggart would do this thing where he'd be in it for all these, all the top 10 kids, all the top 100 kids, 5-star on 5-star. And then he would whiff on every single one of them and have no
Come in
backup plan.
second.
So we
Yeah.
we'd get in second for the number one guy, but then we'd miss out on all the middle guys, and he'd be, reaching for bottom of the barrel. These Dan Mullen-esque guys that might be a 4-star in name only, but they won't qualify, or, just straight up 3-stars, a lot of them. And, not to harp on Willie Taggart, but I think it's just a little bit of leftover anxiety. If we were a Georgia or an Alabama or somebody who was on top for a while, used to success, we wouldn't be worried about it. We'd be like, oh, they got it. They're gonna get their guy in. Think about how late it was when Notre Dame got Sam Hartman last year. Like, wasn't it like way, way late? Was it even in like into the spring?
It was April, I believe. It was April.
Yeah, he played all the way through the bowl, and then it didn't happen. Then he waited, trying to decide. It's like all the way on up. And like, you're like, is he going to go to the draft? Is he going to go to the draft? He never did. He ends up going with them. So Florida State's going to be just fine. There's going to be an option for them. Just think, as much as you want to worry and be upset about the fact that it's getting done, think of the fact that you've got two of the top quarterback prospects in the nation, and there isn't all this news around it. It's not like they're in the headlines about to sign with somebody else. So it just goes to show how crazy this class is. And I am not even going to try and say the guy's name without looking him up, but there is a transfer portal player I want to talk about. A defensive end out of Big Ten. He is a true freshman, I believe, with 10 sacks. And everybody's freaking out. Oh, well, this defensive end went here, and this, pretty good player went over there. And I've been trying to tell you guys, this is not the normal portal year. Things are going a bit different, and you're seeing it. Now, here we go. The best defensive lineman to hit the portal, period, hits the portal, and he's a defensive lineman out of the Big Ten that is just an absolute freak. Look up his name here really quick.
Hey, by the way, we're not Michigan haters. I would like Michigan. I'm cheering for Michigan and Washington, actually, guys, in the chat. I'm just letting you guys know that. I just don't believe that they're going to allow Michigan to lose to Alabama. I just don't.
Think the refs are going to be on the tape? I don't. It's just.
I'm just not.
It's very interested to see it.
Like, they're whining and complaining because, stunner of all stunners. Washington is not selling tickets. Isn't that sad? Washington's
I know. I love it. Well, that's their fault. I don't have any hate for them.
Guys, we love the Big Ten right here. This is a Big Ten show now. We're gonna put it into like a camp. We're not Michigan haters at all.
All right. So back to the player from the Big Ten as well. He's actually a Purdue guy. I may pronounce this right, but it's Nick Scourton, Scourton, Nick Scourton. Just an absolute freak. He was a 4-star in the industry, On3 industry rating. He had like a 90.26 rating. He was number 291 overall nationally last year. But yeah, just an absolute freak. And I believe he will be visiting us either this Sunday or next Sunday. Guys, if we can pick this guy up, you're talking about a Jared Verse, Jermaine Johnson. This guy is that level of player, and he's a player you have at least for 2 years. I mean, he's a true freshman. True freshmen don't get 10 sacks. I mean, that's like, he's everything that Miami, pumps Bane up to be, and he may be that, but you're talking about a Bane level player to be able to pick him up as a second-year player. Another big thing we have to talk about when it comes to the portal, the one-time transfer rule is a thing of the past. Have you seen that, where they passed that? Yep. I've heard conflicting rumors of like whether it's going to actually go through or not. But if that happens, wow, that'll be a big change.
I think after the playoffs, this is just going to explode. I think the portal is going to explode for teams that we didn't think were going to explode. I don't know. I honestly, here's what I was talking about this today. I think a lot of coaches are just going to say F it with high school recruits. they're not fully developed. You spend too much money on them now, and they can flip on you on signing day, or they can leave your school in 6 months. I think a lot of the big time schools are just going to go to the portal and get developed kids now. I think high school recruiting could be over as we know it going forward. That's just my opinion. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I just don't know why, if you're a Kirby Smart or a Nick Saban, would you mess around with an 18-year-old kid who's demanding $10,000 for a visit and could flip on you on signing day, or is not developed and then transfer in a year? Why bother?
I I half agree. I've heard people with that opinion. I think there's going to be it's going to be more like an NBA draft style thing out of high school.
Yeah.
Instead of having, everybody fills up their whole class from high school people, I think you're going to have those top 100, 150 players that go and stick, your freak DNs, your freak offensive tackles that don't usually hit the portal. I think those guys, like that offensive line you saw that Georgia pick up, 6'8", 330, 6'8", 330, 6'8", 330. Those guys will still come from high school and go straight somewhere and stay, just because they have they carry such a value with themselves, and it's like teams do not let them go. But I think like running back, wide receiver, a lot of these linebacker, safety, DBs, I think you could definitely be onto something. I think outside of just world changing a Derwin James that you recruit to kind of be the centerpiece of your whole entire program. Yeah, a lot of these players, they're going to be free agents. So especially when
Yeah.
they, like you said, you do away with the say 2-time transfer or the 1-time transfer, that really changes it. I mean, basically, yeah, it multiplies everything. It just opens up the possibilities infinitely.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to me. And and you think about it, like when you have high schoolers with their parents involved who are really into the recruiting process, a lot of these coaches are just saying, um, no, I'm not dealing with it anymore. I'm not gonna hire your father, I'm not gonna hire your brother, I'm not gonna deal with, paid visits. I mean, I honestly, for people who aren't developed enough to start, when you can just go to the portal, pay the same amount, and have somebody developed enough. Now, I get it. There's not going to be a ton of talent there, but I think that's where it's probably going to end up.
For sure. There's gonna be a happy medium somewhere. James Edwards comes with the super chat. We appreciate you, brother. Ready to be the belle of the ball in the Big Ten. You know it, buddy. We are waiting on that announcement. We cannot wait to see what happens once we get past the holidays and they move forward with negotiations, find out if we're going to get Discovery. It's going to be a lot of fun. Spear Addicts Media with an interesting point. Here's why high school recruiting will leave on due to the NIL contracts will slow the portal down. And that's an interesting point. Even though the one-time transfer portal, transfer goes away and you'll be able to transfer as much as you want, you will still have those NIL contracts that you locked into, especially if you're a better player. And it kind of goes back to my earlier point. The players that aren't signed into big NIL contracts and are still kind of younger and maybe a player at a less valuable position, you'll see those to where they really are, loaded up in the the free agent marketplace, the portal, etc. But your offensive tackles, your big time, big money players that people don't lose, they'll still probably come from high school. As we scroll down here, another thing we put in the comments is kind of narratives collapsing. Man, it have you been having fun watching these bowl games? I haven't watched a ton of them, but I have definitely been scoreboard watching. And it's pretty funny seeing people try to bring up the transitive property when it comes to this game or that game, to try to somehow make it seem as if it's like, oh, yeah, look, see, we told you FSU schedule stunk. We told you the ACC stinks, as if somehow that will affect us and our self-esteem. Like, we hate the SEC, ACC. We want to get the hell out of here, people. Like, what the
Oh
hell are
no,
you
I was
talking
cheering for Miami to lose, guys. The Miami fans in the chat.
about? They do
Sorry.
not understand that.
I
How
loved
awesome
every
is
minute
that?
of it. I was cheering for Clemson to lose the game today, but that game was fun. Like, I don't cheer for conferences. I don't do it. And yeah, the SEC has not done very well so far. You're 100% right.
They are 0-2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I would
Oklahoma got
love
killed.
to make
I
them
know they're technically Big
0-3.
12. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Oh, that's fine too, because Oklahoma is a team that beat who? Who'd they beat?
Texas.
Texas. Yes, yes. Everybody's trying to make out since Louisville lost a couple games to end the year that our whole fucking strength of schedule goes out the books. We're terrible. We're terrible. Um, hello. Did you not just see Oklahoma lose? The team that beat fucking like, and all you have to do is bring up Auburn, Alabama. It's like, what? And it's just they just forget how fast their shit goes out the window, but they think only go works one way. Spear Addict says he won $100 off of Miami's loss.
I mean,
Damn.
I could see that. I mean, I'm typing back to him, but I'm not gonna do it in the chat now because we're talking about it. I could see that loss coming from a mile away. I think I said it. I think I either said it on this show or when I was on another show that I picked Rutgers to beat Miami. I didn't see how anybody couldn't see that coming. And how many timeouts did Mario go into the Florida game with now? Was that 2?
Say that again?
How many timeouts did Mario go into the Florida game with now? Was that 2?
Yeah.
Does he not know they don't roll over?
I wasn't watching that game, but apparently he had 2 minutes and 45 seconds with a chance to go down and win the game and didn't use a single timeout.
It was amazing. Nothing. And just sat there, and it was just, oh my, I mean, I don't think I've ever, it was almost like hot potato. Do you want to win? 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 And then
that's every close game with Mario. And then in the post-game presser, similar to his comment about, well, we teach 2 hands on the football. In this case, he says, well, clock management has nothing to do with execution or some shit like that. It's like, really? You don't think stopping the clock, bringing the whole team to the side, having a conversation with them, picking the perfect play for the situation, you don't think that'll help execution there, bud? Like, what the fuck?
It's crazy. And it's like, it's so funny because Miami fans are still on this like delusional, moral win train. And they're like, oh, we win recruiting. Good for you. You did last year too, guys. You did last year too. And you're 7-6.
Yeah, them claiming that recruiting title this year because they signed 17 3-stars is wild. Like when you look at the top 10 recruiting classes in the nation, which we are included in, it shows, 15 4-stars, 16 4-stars, 13 4-stars, 2 5-stars. And then you get to Miami and it's freaking, they have literally 10 or 12 more 3-stars than anybody else. It's not even close. They're just up there Miami, on sheer points because they've got 30, 30-something kids.
They're going to thump their chest, but at the end of the day, they're 7-6. They're 7-6, and they lost to Rutgers.
Yeah, in Florida, man, they were translucent in their bowl victory, I guess not bowl victory, bowl loss, just absent. Poor Florida, and yet there they are on Twitter talking all the mess. It never ceases to amaze me. The Florida people.
Mean, I've got to give Kansas State some credit. NC State has been thumping their chest too.
Yeah, that's another one. Am I supposed to cry because NC State lost? How you like that one? How you like that one, boo?
I was cheering for it, to be honest, guys. I was cheering for it. I don't care. I'm not pumping my chest for this sorry-ass conference. I'm not doing it. You're not my friends. Y'all have never been our friends. You don't do anything for us except for bring us down. So, fuck it. Like, fuck it. I'm not going to sit here and be your friend. No, I cheer for you to lose. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Yeah, it's pretty tough going into this game. dealing with all the bullshit everybody's talking. Everybody in the country is looking for a way to get us to like admit like, oh, we didn't, oh, I guess we didn't belong. It's like, oh, well, you know, we'll find out tomorrow if the committee made the right decision. We'll find out tomorrow if the committee made the right decision. Where does that shit come from? What, how does us playing with a completely and totally different team that we would have took to the playoffs against a Georgia team that is showing a different, complete and totally different team than they would have had if they would have been in the playoffs. How does those teams playing, like, how does that answer anything? It's extremely infuriating. I know it's got to piss you off too.
Oh, I mean, it pisses me off, but you know, I don't give any of those assholes clicks anymore. There's no reason to. They're just looking for an excuse because they're receiving such backlash from other fans, other teams, and it's not just Florida State fans. That's what I don't think people realize. They have received such backlash from fans that are just like, okay, so nobody has a shot anymore. Like nobody, not even a blue blood because you're not in the SEC. And Texas, the only reason you're in is because you beat Alabama. If you had lost to Alabama and beat Oklahoma, guess what? You'd be at home on your couch. Nobody gives a fuck about the Big 12 either. Sorry.
Nope, it'll be gone. It'll be.
Y'all need to start looking at this too. You can criticize Florida State all you want to, but you got to get out. You got to do what you can do. It's over. This is done. It's either you're in the Big 10 or you're in the SEC, and that's it. That's your only hope.
Yeah. Our guy. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, and you can criticize me. You can tell me I'm wrong because Texas is in there. Texas is only in because they beat Alabama at home. That's it.
Absolutely.
That is it. Had they not scheduled Alabama and not beat Alabama and lost to Oklahoma, y'all be in like the pinstripe Poinsettia Bowl with Miami right now. Okay.
Yeah, there's no doubt. But Plant the Spear, our buddy, he did a really good job. He did a big Twitter post really breaking down all the different starters and stuff. So just to give kind of guys an idea of, you know, the kind of disadvantage we are at and who we are missing. We're basically missing 12 starters. So you're missing obviously our first two quarterbacks, but that's not, you know, everybody knows about that. But also we're missing our first two running backs. That stinks, but at the same time, the way Mike Norvell does his running back game, it's kind of by committee. He doesn't have one clear workhorse. If that was going to be anybody, it's Trey Benson, and you cannot blame Trey Benson for opting out and go to the NFL. Running back is such a dangerous position. I hope that dude gets drafted in the second or third round. Like I'm thinking he got a good grade, so go get that thing done, Trey Benson. But that brings up Keziah Holmes. That puts the spotlight on him. So we're good at running back. That's not a big deal. Then obviously our wide receiver 1 and our punt returner are out in Keon Coleman. Our wide receiver number 2 is out. That one's going to come down to Hakeem Williams, Van Javius Jacobs, Destin Hill, Ja'Kai Douglas is supposedly also listed at running back. Okay, so since Toafili is out, that's our second running back. Look for Ja'Kai Douglas to take some of those routes out of the backfield that Toafili hit his signature wheel routes out of the backfield. So that's another one. Tight end 1, Jaheim Bell is obviously out, but we do have Kyle Morlock. We also have tight end 3 is out. You don't have that one listed, but maybe Marcus and Douglas is playing. And I might be confused on that one, but I'm pretty sure Marcus and Douglas is also gone. But we've got options at tight end with Kyle Morlock, Jarrell Powers, some younger guys. We'll be all right there. Defensive tackle 1, which hurts, obviously. Jermaine Jones was going to play in this game. He was going to be a big stalwart, a big part of this defense. Unfortunately, he had a bit of an injury there, so he's not going to be able to play. Our nickelback, it says he has out. I thought Greedy was going to play. I guess Greedy's out, and also Akeem Dent is down, so we don't get Akeem Dent. We will likely have Kevin Knowles. He's listed on the depth chart starting at safety, but guys, look for Conrad Hussey. That's who I'm hoping to see. Nothing against Kevin Knowles. He's listed as the starter because that's, he's been that third safety all year, but I've really loved seeing Conrad Hussey, and you've seen him throughout the year get more and more and more snaps. He kind of got in the doghouse and slowed down there for a couple weeks, but then, he really started earning the trust of his staff and getting back in there. So it sounds bad, guys. You're missing 12 starters, but when you really go through it, you've got a team to go out there and compete. The issue is, Georgia, they make out like they're not missing anybody, but they definitely are missing guys. They're missing a starting linebacker. They're missing the punt returner, and also Mims and Bowers, who they're questionable. We don't know if they're going to play or not. We've heard it back and forth. Now the rumor is that Bowers is going to play. I have no idea. They're both there, but they're both questionable to play. We'll see. Jen says no Bowers. We'll see what happens. But look, they're not 100%. They've had a lot of transfers. They just weren't all starters. So, like, depth and like your second and third team in these situations is huge. It's not like you've seen it all year. That was what separated Florida State. So both of these teams aren't at 100%. It's just Florida State has some of those kind of big standout guys. Obviously Jared Verse, he's the biggest piece. He's not going to be there. But you add a Daryl Jackson. Georgia isn't adding a defensive lineman as good or better than any of them that they had out of nowhere. Like, they're not getting that. So, man, I've mentioned on Twitter today, another thing as we sit here talking about the defense, I think you could see Braden Fisk playing some of that DeMarcus Walker role in the defense. You could see Braden Fisk sliding outside a little bit today. Look to see Gilbert Edmond get a lot of action like we talked about. Byron Turner Jr., if he's healthy, he's going to be out there making plays. But Jeff Hill comes in with a super chat. Whoever's left playing their Seminoles. Okay, let me try this again. Whoever's left playing, they're Seminoles. And I'm rooting hard and proud. And I'm having one last get-together with my Seminole buddies, and I'm going to celebrate FSU. Absolutely, Jeff. I couldn't agree more, and we cannot wait to watch this game with all you guys. Also, you can catch me and Jen 10 or 15 minutes after the game over on the Voice of College Football. That's already scheduled up. We're going to do the post-game instant reaction over there on the Voice of College Football channel for Mark Rogers. So you can catch us over there directly after the game if you want to hang out tomorrow night. And then, of course, we will be back on Sunday.
And I'm going to be good, guys. I promise. I'll be good.
Always. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for what the defense can do. And I don't see Mike Norvell getting stumped on offense. I don't see an offensive explosion, but I see him putting a couple touchdowns together, maybe getting a special team score or a defensive score. But go ahead.
I was just going to say, let's talk about it. What do you think? Offensive line are playing, right? Other than the ones that transferred.
I believe all the starting offensive line. We have all the starters. Because Robert Scott has came back. So we've got Robert Scott. We've got Robert Scott or Darius Washington at one tackle. We've got Jermaine Byers at the other tackle. Maury Smith is at center. Casey Roddick or somebody else at one guard spot, and the other guard spot is, I'm drawing a blank on the other guard spot, but we have starters in place across the line. I know we got Keandre Jones backing up. I can't think of who the starter is. But yeah, we have most of our starters on offensive line. We should be good there. And besides that, really eager to see Julian Armella get in there and some of these younger guys. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe even the young guy could get some snaps in there that came eligible towards the end of the year, Lucas Simmons. But we will see. Juan Meyer says the excuse will be if we win, Georgia had a lot of opt-outs and a lot of players hurt. Yeah, it'll be funny to see how quick that turns around, but there's no way they're going to be able to use that as much as they have hyped this up. And
Promoted
they
all
even
Florida State's players going out. Yeah, they can't use that as an excuse, guys. I mean, they're just not going to be able to. They'll try, but they won't. It'll be more like they were galvanized. They were, they had a chip on their shoulder, right? It'll be they'll turn them into villains. It's somehow like they cheated or it'll be like a late hit. It'll be a play that went wrong. It'll be a flag that should have been thrown. Look, they're never going to give them credit if they win. Like, y'all need to just get over that real quick. Real quick.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Enjoy the game for what it is. It's going to be a one-off game. Florida State versus Georgia. These teams in these current states, they're these weird states in between 23 and 24. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think we got a good chance to win it. I think we're going to have a low-scoring game. I don't think either team gets to 30 points, and we're going to give our predictions here in a few minutes and open up the lines. But just to remind you guys, we are doing 2 cash giveaways tonight. Here in a little bit after we open up the lines. One is for members only, and it's $75. So if you want to be in on that big $75 giveaway, you got to be a member. So you've got another 20, 30, 40 minutes. We'll probably do it at the hour and a half mark if we make it that long. Who knows? So the quicker you got to become a member, the quicker you'll be in there for that. And we will also be doing $25 cash giveaway just for everybody that's here and able to join us, subscribe to the channel. So look forward to that after we get our predictions. But what do you think? Do you think Brock's, I've done said, I think we get at least, he can score about 14, 17 points. What do you think he's got to be able to do for us to get the win?
I'd say I think he needs to score. I think they need a 20 score.
20 points. You
Maybe
think we're gonna be able to hold?
And maybe 24. I look. I'm with the news that Brock Bowers might play. I still don't think he will. I mean, that kid's going to the NFL. Why would you play in this game? I have no idea. Georgia has no shot of being voted as an AP championship game. So, again, everybody just told you no games matter, so I don't know why that kid would do it. But maybe he will. Maybe I don't know. Maybe maybe Kirby's telling him they have to. Like, I just don't know. I don't know why he would do it. Because he's been injured all year.
Oh, you're talking about Bowers.
Yeah, Bowers. I mean, he's been injured all year. Why would you go into this game and risk anything for nothing? I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea about Bowers. I think that's a bunch of overblown. I mean, he's hurt.
I think it is.
He can't be magically healthy. It doesn't really matter to me if he plays or not, because he's still going to be hurt like hell and barely able to play. So, yeah, let him play. I think that I agree with you. I think they'd be crazy to send him out there and get injured like that. But, when you're playing a game like this, it is what it is. It's hard to get too analytical with it. We're missing a ton of people. But I think Florida State, if they're going to get this victory, and I'll go ahead and pick them to win because I've picked them to win all year, every game, and they've won every game. And I really, I got onto those Duke guys when we played Duke. It was like they were all on there and they're like saying all the reasons, everything that's going to happen. And they're like, Florida State has this better and this and that. And they still pick their team to win. But look, I'm kind of in the similar situation here. I love our guys. I love the matchup. I just feel like the factors of, Georgia just has it in their mind that all the narratives, everything around this thing is Florida State's bare bones. They're this and that. Everybody's opted out and they're disappointed. They didn't make it in. I think all that narrative and talk is going to get them hit in the mouth. Can we finish it off? Will that depth for them end up wearing out and they get the victory? It very well could. But I'll take the Noles 20, we'll say 23-20 Florida State.
Okay.
That's my final pick. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. What do you got, Jen?
Yeah. Look, I have a good feeling about this game. I'm gonna go. Okay, I do have a good feeling about this game. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout like everybody says. But all right, fuck it. I'll do. Hang on. I had a number and then it didn't work for me in my head. Okay. 24-21 Florida State. There we go.
I love it. You heard it here first. I've got them down 23-20 Noles, and Jen has it 24-21. And with that, we are going to throw the number up and get to our favorite part of the show where we start hanging out with you guys and just having fun with this thing. Again, memberships are available. And here in a little bit, here in 20-30 minutes, we are going to do a cash giveaway for $75, and it will be available for members only. $25 just for the regular subscribers. And again, you're free to do whatever you want with that. It'll be Cash App, so you'll get it instantly after we end the stream. Whether you want to pay it forward to Battle's End, roll it over for the next giveaway, shoot me your cash tag and we'll get it to you instantly. However you want to do it, it will be a lot of fun. But yeah, get your calls in. We got the number up on the screen. You can text, call in, comment in, whatever you want to do. Get your questions and comments from me and Jen, or if you just got a take you want to get off your chest, you can do that too. Yeah, that's something I didn't mention earlier. I'm glad somebody mentioned that in the comments. Kalen DeLoach and Tatum Bethune both playing at linebacker is huge, and that's I guess another reason I'm not so worried about Bowers, because one good pop from one of them two, and if he is playing, he's gonna be wishing he wasn't. That's for damn sure.
Well, I love those kids. I just hope they have an amazing game, and I praise them for playing, but I'm not criticizing kids for not playing. I'm trying to be impartial here. I absolutely understand anybody's choice not to play. 100%.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Love all those players. Thank you for everything you did. Your 13-0 season mattered. It mattered to us. So there you go.
Well, we've got our first caller of the evening. It's a Georgia number. You're live on the Renegade Rundown.
Georgia knows.
What's up, man? What's going on, man? You're live on the Renegade Rundown.
Tell the truth, I ready to see the youngsters out there see them play.
Absolutely. Did you have a question for us, brother?
Yeah. Do you think Brock can give me 145 yards of passing and Holmes give me between the running backs 180 yards?
140 passing and 180 rushing. All right, I'm gonna hang up and we'll talk about it. Appreciate your call, brother.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of exactly, I think you hit the nail on the head. Kind of when I was asking earlier, Jim, what I thought we needed to get, that's kind of what I was, kind of leaning towards. Yeah, if he can just get us, 100, 200 yards, somewhere in there, score a touchdown or two, not turn the ball over, and we can get that running game going pretty much just exactly like our friend from Georgia said. Get us 150, 200 yards rushing. That's all it's going to take to win this game. I think it's going to be super low scoring. I think this defense is going to play with its hair on fire. And yeah, I think that's fair to ask of Brock Glenn. You're not going to ask him to go out there and light the world on fire. It's not going to be 4 verts every play and crazy up and down the field stuff. It's going to be just about like that, I think that was a pretty good breakdown of the kind of stat line you could see out of Brock Glenn if you're going to come out of there with a victory for sure. And again, guys,
I still just don't see Bowers playing. I just don't. I know it's the
We're back
hype
to
right
Bowers
now.
again?
Yeah, well, I thought that was the ask, was it not?
No. We're talking about
Um,
Brock Glenn. How many yards he
oh
would
my God. I thought
throw
he said
for.
Bauer. I'm sorry. My
That's all right. We got another
headphones
caller.
kind of cut out.
Hey, man.
You're live on the Renegade Rundown. This one from Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey, how you
Hey.
doing, man?
How's it going?
Hey, man. First off my chest, man. If y'all can watch that YouTube video, it's a Brock Glenn every pass, right? If this is YouTube, man, there are some things. Just don't look at the stats. Look at what he does, and he does some stuff in this video that'll kind of make you think. I'm feeling positive about this game coming up. I really am super positive about this game, man. I think we're gonna show some stuff. We're not the only ones. I mean, we're gonna have 4-star recruits that are coming up playing. That are coming up. I mean, I got a feeling that we're gonna win this game. And if we do win this game, think about this. Now, if Michigan loses and Washington loses, and we win, then there will only be one unbeaten team. It'll be one unbeaten team, and that'll be us. And then what will the coaches poll look like? What will the AP poll look like? Like, what will happen?
Absolutely, man. We sure appreciate it. And we've made that take on the show a bunch. That we're taking that. If the AP makes us the championship team, we will. But do you have a question for us, brother?
No, I mean, it was kind of more or less a rant, man.
No, I appreciate you.
I understand. I seen a video the other day of some asshole from it was the Alabama squad, little YouTube channel, and they were talking about how Florida State's, now they're suing because they lost the chance to play in the college football. It has nothing to do with that. It has all to do with we're getting what, $30 million less a year than they are.
Absolutely, man. Hey, we sure appreciate you. We're going to get to the next call,
man.
Absolutely.
And I'm watching y'all, and I'm big fans.
Absolutely. Call us next time. We sure appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
You're live with the Renegade Rundown. And they hung up. Man, how you gonna cut off a great rant like that and then you don't even answer? Our guy was on fire. I think we got him back. You're live with the Renegade Rundown.
Oh, hey, I'm watching on the show right now. Let me step outside real quick.
Absolutely. Or just hit mute. As long as you hit mute, you're good to go.
Okay. Hey, guys, I love your show.
Thank you so much.
Jen, I really love the fact that you've already, besides to just screw the ACC, you've actually started rooting for some Big Ten teams in the bowl game contest. Can't wait to have you come join our conference.
Oh, yay.
Absolutely.
You guys got host. I'm totally rooting for FSU against Georgia. Sad about all the players that have decided not to play in the game. Can't blame them, though, since how bad you guys got hosed.
Absolutely.
So definitely go Noles. I can't wait to see you join the Big Ten. Come to play at Kinnick Stadium and do the wave.
Heck yeah. As far as me and Jen are concerned, like we're in there. We're Big Ten members at heart, so we just need the excitement. And I know I cut you off. You got a question for us?
I do. It's kind of changing the subject just a little bit. But the Big Ten has Flex Protect Plus, where you can play the specific teams you want to play every year. And I was wondering, FSU comes in, and let's just say things go where you're the only team that can leave the ACC because of whatever happens with the lawsuit.
Absolutely.
Is there a specific team in the Big Ten or a couple teams in the Big Ten, if no ACC members can come with you, that you want to play every year?
Absolutely. That's a great question, and we will open the line up and we'll address that one. We sure appreciate the call, man.
Okay, thanks. I started watching your show when months ago when I was looking at FSU leaving the ACC, and it's like it's been wonderful. And I've seen you on a couple of other podcasts too. So you guys are great.
Absolutely, man. We sure appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
And hey, Jen, if you bring Miami along with you, you can still beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, we can always beat the crap.
You know,
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna pull them across this finish line. You know, screw them.
So we've had this question before, and look, my number one guy.
By the way, I love that call. Thank you so much for that call. It was amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. You love stuff like that, man. He's been watching for months. We really appreciate it.
I love it.
But yeah, we've had this question a bunch that he gave us there. My team is Ohio State. I know everybody's heard me say that. That's like the dream. Like as far as like if you're gonna have one marquee matchup, that's Ohio State. That's the one you'd like to have. You know, go to the shoe one year, there in Tallahassee, Doak Campbell the next year. But to make it fun, to pick another kind of off, you know, another Big Ten team, my second one would probably be Penn State. The whiteout game, that'd be number 2 on my list. And then number three would just, I want to kill Oregon. There's this rivalry there because of what happened in that game, and then the coaching deal, and then Lanning being out there being a Norvell guy. I think that would be in a really just a super fun rival game. So if we could play Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon every year, that would be pretty damn cool to me. What do you got, Jen? You want to give him a top 3?
Do I have to do 3? Because I don't know.
You're Jen. Okay. Jen does what she wants. Give him a top 1, top 2, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay, I want Michigan. I want Penn State. I want Wisconsin. I really do. I love that stadium. I love the arena. I love all of it. I love the jump around, even though it's kind of new. I just like that too. I love, and give me USC. USC, FSU, please, Lord Jesus. That would be like media mogul love fest, right? Yeah, like I don't give a shit about Oregon, really. I mean, I just don't. They have more uniform. They have all these uniform combinations, no championships. They've done nothing. The only great thing about Oregon is that they've allowed Florida State and Miami to overpay for their horrible coaches and gave them money back. So, by the way, they should be sending us gift baskets. I'm just saying.
For sure. Yeah, that's why you want to beat them, Jen. That's the whole point. You're just making my case for me. But yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
I mean, they beat themselves. You don't have to beat them because they're never going to win anything. The O stands for the 0 championships. We all know this. It's a fun joke. It's funny. And no, guys, I don't care about Oregon fans.
I'm not sure if you've watched Wisconsin football much the last 20 years, Jen, but they're terrible. Like way worse than Oregon. It's not even close. Like you're not even. I mean, I could destroy you. Like Wisconsin is garbage. They haven't done shit.
Oh, come on. Well, what's Oregon then?
They've been to the national championship a couple times, couple playoffs,
lost.
Won championships.
Lost.
What has Wisconsin done? They can't win the conference.
Wisconsin doesn't
can't win the division.
Something. They don't act like they're something. They don't change their uniforms every,
Wisconsin?
half or quarter. Yeah.
Well, that's what they do. It's the Nike school. Nike literally owns the school. That's like the coolest thing about Oregon. You've got some deep-seated issues for Oregon. What did Oregon do to you, Jen?
They suck and they don't win anything.
But they win more than anybody else in college football except for Georgia and Alabama. Like what standard are you putting them? What standard are you putting them on?
Show me their championship
trophy. Right, but you're arguing Wisconsin, and it pales in comparison to what Oregon is
won. I would prefer to play a game at Wisconsin.
I agree. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Oregon. But that's what you did. You started shitting on Oregon. I gave my 3. You gave your 3. So you started shitting on Oregon. So now we're having a debate, and I'm shitting on Wisconsin about how much worse they are than Oregon.
Look, I don't really care. Like Wisconsin to me, I like to jump around. I think it's more legitimate than Oregon's dumbass duck that probably smells like puke doing, push-ups. It's just stupid. Like,
I
and
hear
you
you.
know that uniform smells disgusting. And the
Worse
person
than
in it,
Wisconsin's uniform that they've had for 140 years with mothballs
I
all
don't give
over
a
it.
fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Oregon is overhyped. Yes, Jamal. Oregon is overhyped. They always are. They don't win anything. They do nothing. They're overhyped by ESPN because of Nike. We all get it.
Absolutely. Fun stuff here on the Renegade Report. We found us another thing we can argue about. Oregon versus Wisconsin.
I'm not saying Wisconsin versus Oregon. I just don't give a fuck about Oregon. I said a game at Wisconsin would be fun. That's
Right,
like
and
the
I said a
question.
game at Oregon would be fun.
I know, and I said I don't.
So I'm shitting on Washington. Like, we just had a debate. It's fun. Like, I gave mine, and you shit all over it. So I'm shitting all over yours. That's all. It's fun.
Okay, I'm gonna take back. No, I'm not gonna take. I do kind of want to go to a Wisconsin game, but I think also yes, Kev, one word Auburn. I agree.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. We're not having that conversation.
I agree. I would like to go to Washington too. I think Washington would be fun.
We can agree on that one. Like, could you imagine like going to see the Sequoias and all that shit, and then also being able to go to a game? All right, we got a Florida caller coming in from Boynton Beach. You are live on the Renegade Rundown.
Yeah, what's going on, you guys?
We're having fun here. How are you doing, brother?
I'm all right. I'm going to make it real quick. I ain't going to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to know how you guys felt about the narrative of Georgia beating Florida State and the national media coming along saying that we never deserved to be in the playoffs anyway because of this loss.
Yeah, that's a great subject, and we will definitely get into that for a little bit and have some fun with it, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem, brother.
Yeah, this is we talked about it a little bit earlier. It's absolutely infuriating. Guys, it's infuriating. It's like everything you turn around and it's, oh, the sky's falling. Everybody's opting out. Everybody's leaving Florida State. Meanwhile, when you look at it, we both about have the same exact number of players like out. It just so happens, that more of ours are starters that are missing from the game, but theirs are way higher, like level of prospects, like guys that really would have developed, guys that they had plans for moving forward. They lost 15-4 and 5-star guys off their roster. What did we lose? We lost a bunch of guys off the 2020, 2021 recruiting class, 3-star guys that just had been passed over by younger people. And there's no winning. It doesn't, like, if you win, they're going to say, oh, well, obviously Georgia underestimated them and they didn't show up to play. If you lose, what are they going to say? They're going to say the opposite. So, yeah, I'd love to hear your take on this too, because it's absolute joke.
Yeah, they didn't want to be there. If Georgia loses, they didn't want to be there. They were just not interested since they should have been in the playoff. It'll be something. ESPN will never give Florida State credit for anything ever. Although I find Kirk Herbstreit's backtracking a little bit now a little funny, but
he's always been a Florida State fan, Jen.
I know.
Those guys love Florida State. Why would they not want Florida State in there? You told us for a month and a half, but now you're telling us why wouldn't we want them in there?
No.
Freaking God, man. Look, we got another caller coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. You're live on the Renegade Rundown.
Hey there, man. This is Josh in Ocala. Quick question. What do you guys think if they do win tomorrow about rings, parade, celebration? I think they deserve something. Just wanted to get you guys' opinion on that.
All right. Thanks for the call. That's a good question. I'll let you get that one first. What do you think? Like, if the AP puts us number one, do we do the whole 9 yards? Like championship parade, ticker tape parade, the whole 9 yards?
I don't see a parade. I don't look, we're gonna have to see how it goes. I mean, Georgia, I don't know about you, but I think and I get it. UCF's situation is totally different from Florida State's because of the strength of schedule and the teams, and UCF being, in a G5 at that time, and which is why it was funny. I don't know. I need to see the game first before I have that opinion, if that makes any sense. If they actually, okay, fuck it. If they win, it doesn't matter. If they win with their depleted roster, I don't see how you couldn't consider yourself champions. But we'd have to see how the playoffs go, because if another undefeated team wins the playoff, how would you claim a championship over them? Do you see what I'm saying? So you need to see if Alabama or Texas wins. If Alabama or Texas wins, then yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a parade. I'm saying you could have a shared AP championship. You absolutely 100% could.
Well, that's what he's asking. If you win the championship, if you get that, should you do a parade and the whole 9 yards?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know about the parade. I need to see further context before I would say a parade and banners and stuff. But if the AP acknowledges it, then that's a different story, and that's something we can discuss. But I trolled UCF fans way too hard to have an opinion on this.
Yeah, so that's where my opinion goes. Look, if you win, that's great. You celebrate it. Now, the only way you do go all the way is the scenario you said. If one of those one-loss teams wins the playoff, you beat Georgia, and you're 14-0, and the AP votes you number one, then I'm fine with it. Do everything. Yeah. This is not a UCF situation. You are the split national championship, and to me, you're the one with the better claim for it. And I think a lot of America would agree. Now, the odds of that happening to me are extremely low. Probably not going to happen. All this stuff like that. So it's a 1 in a million. But yes, in that case, to what the caller asked, yeah, do it all. But I'm with Jen. Outside of anything short of that, I'm with Jen. And Evil Badger agrees with you, Jen. You should definitely experience the jump around. And just for the Evil Badger out there, I was playing the devil's advocate. We're having some fun, but yeah, no, it would be awesome to go to Wisconsin. There's no doubt about it. Do jump around. I want to go to every game. If I could go to every single college football game, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, we just have fun. We debate sometimes.
And plus, the beer in Wisconsin, their brew beer, is supposedly really good.
Beer and cheese, right? Isn't that thing over there?
I'm not a cheese person. I don't like cheese a lot. I know this sounds weird. I know it.
Yeah, right. Women love cheese. Isn't that a stereotype? Cheese and wine?
Yes, it is. It is, but it's just not me. Guys, I'm not a normal girl. I'm just not. I'm not emotional. I'm not clingy. I don't post pictures of my food. So cheese is not my thing. I do like wine though. So there's but I drink wine different than most people. I put water in mine.
Water in your wine? I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You get hydrated while you're drinking. I
do not know if that's how that works or not. Because you're supposed to drink. I know you're supposed to drink water between drinks, and that's supposed to help keep you hydrated. But I don't know if it mixes with the alcohol, if you actually mix it in there.
Yes, cab. And I drive trucks. I did.
Look at this. You've got a fan out here. Somebody has made a YouTube called U-Haul. I think I've seen them in here before. So the other night, what was that? Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday night. Jen literally drove with her friend to Louisville and drove the U-Haul truck all the way back to Memphis. So
myself,
I wouldn't go so far as to call her a tomboy, but
oh my God,
she can drive the truck.
Away from a tomboy. No,
most tomboys don't go to Cotillion, that's for sure. Cotillion or whatever you call it.
Yeah, most tomboys are fine with dirt and bugs and stuff, and I'm not that.
Yeah, she doesn't put the worm on the hook. That's not her favorite thing. But her favorite color is petty. Mike Bartz is
That's
definitely
true.
right about that.
That's true. It's a great color. It's fun, isn't it?
It is. It is.
I mean,
Alcohol is
okay,
only
so
sold in certain sections at Camp Randall. Well, thanks for the heads up, Brian Willie. We will, if we ever get, when we go up there for a road game, we'll have to make sure to pregame at the tailgate or have a.
no, I need to sit in the section that sells the alcohol then. You got to send me a DM and tell me which section that's in, because if it ain't being sold in the section, Jennifer's leaving. Okay.
All right, guys, we're getting really close. We're getting a little bit higher, closer to 200 people in the chat. I'll go ahead and say it. We'll do it in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, we are doing
10
that
minutes?
cash giveaway. Greenies only, guys, for the big one. That's $75 for Greenies only, members only. Okay, we're also going to give away $25 to everybody who's just subscribed and participating in the chat, but $75 for the Greenies only. So if you want to be a part of that here in about 10 minutes, so, do it now. Become a member. We appreciate all the super chats, and I will say this for this one episode. Super chats count. So if you're not a member yet, but you have done a super chat on this episode, we will count you in as an honorable greenie. So greenies and super chats for this one. Since we're still gaining members, we don't have a ton of people. That'll add people in. So super chats and greenies, 10 minutes, $75 cash giveaway. Sorry, Jen, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So your final pick on QB1 is Cam Ward, right?
That's that's the number one choice for sure.
Oh no, I know it's the number one choice. I'm saying, is that your final prediction?
I don't know how else to say it.
Cool. I mean, I get it.
No, I've been on him from day one. It is what it is. You don't want to lose both, but that's the guy you go get if you can get him.
It's taking so long.
Oh, there's no doubt. You'd like to get it done, but kind of like I said at the beginning of the show, I guess this is a good time to say it again. Guys, this staff is sick and tired of shit getting leaked. They're not gonna, it just is what it is. We're not gonna get that information. We're not gonna get that article that says, it's a done deal. He's a silent. They're just working out the numbers and we're waiting for it to come through. How many times has Warchan or one of these other people reported that when they didn't want it out and then it fell through and the contract didn't get done? So this time, if we don't get Cam Ward, we don't get Cam Ward. If we don't get DJU, we don't get DJU. Whatever's going on, you're not going to get from some official source somebody to come out and say this is happening. But just read the tea leaves out there, guys. You're not hearing about Cam Ward here. You're not hearing about DJU here. It's
we're not.
Negotiations are going on. My prediction is Cam Ward is going to end up being a Seminole.
So wait, are you saying we're not hearing stuff on other message boards about Cam Ward being a slam dunk?
Are you?
School?
I'm not. I haven't heard anything credible anywhere but Florida State.
Miami fans for the last 3 weeks haven't been
Have you heard anything?
It's a joke. I'm joking. I'm trolling Miami fans in the chat.
Are there some Miami fans in the chat? Do y'all know something we don't know?
They usually are. No. They've been saying for weeks it's a slam dunk.
Oh no, for
Miami,
sure.
So
for sure. Every other day they have a rumor. That one guy was saying he was committed 3 weeks ago. He was a silent. No, I don't. We're giving the people real scoop, but yeah, we control Miami all day long.
As I say, Miami fans think Jameis Winston could come back and use his last 2 years of eligibility and go play for them, and they would run with it on that message board. It's wild over there.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they believe just about anything. We just had a rash of new members, so we sure appreciate you guys. Desecration jumps in. Jamal jumps in. Rod Bostic, regular in the comment section, jumps in. So we appreciate you guys, and we will do that in another 7 minutes. We were going to be going live with that $75 cash giveaway. We really appreciate you guys. Cristobal needs to go into the portal himself. Are you crazy? Me and Joe want Cristobal to stay right where he's at.
Oh my God.
Am I right?
Keep him. Absolutely. Give him a lifetime contract. I think Victoria's Secret gave him some sort of NIL deal. That's cool.
The man's ear.
That dude, I mean,
Bring back that
I've
Seinfeld sketch.
honestly seen anything like what I was watching. I'm watching with family last night, and they're NFL fans, right? They're huge football fans, but they're like NFL fans. You know, I'm more. I mean, I watch NFL, but you know, I'm more college. But like,
Absolutely.
I'm sitting here going, I was like, look, they were like, Miami's coming back. They're coming back, and I was like, watch the garbage that's about to come out of here. I promise you, you're gonna laugh your ass off. You're not gonna understand it, but you're gonna laugh your ass off. And guess what?
Straight up called it. Like, how funny is that? That you not even, like, you don't know shit. Just Miami Rutgers, guys, watch this. This is going to be the best comedy you have seen all year. Just wait to the end of the game. This Miami team, they're going to have a chance to win it. And this fucking guy is going to roll his titties out there and fuck it up. And sure enough,
I mean, it was amazing. And
did they think you had powers or something?
Oh, yeah. They were like, what in the world? Like, how did you? I was like, look, this dude is the worst game management coach or in-game coach I've ever seen. Seriously, can you name another one that's even worse?
I can't think of anything worse. Like, he is the most fun to make fun of. But we got another caller. It's from Memphis. It could be your buddy Brad. Let's see who we got here on the line. You're live with the Renegade Rundown.
Hey, man, I was just wondering, do you think DJU or Cam Ward, which one would be better at this new guy that we just that we signed, this high school guy? He was there for the practices down there in the Orange Bowl this weekend.
Luke Krummenhoek?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. If we got DJU, don't you think that his playing style might be a better fit to bring this guy up? Or do you think Cam Ward because he's more like Travis? That's my question.
All right, that's a great question, man. We will definitely address it. Appreciate you, brother. Wow, that's a good question. We have not got one like that. We've talked about it a little bit. I've talked about how DJU might kind of be able to fit Mike's style a little bit. I think Jen has that opinion, really kind of fits Mike Norvell's offense a little bit better. So that would go hand in hand with what you're talking about maybe being a role model. But at the same time, DJU or Cam, I believe, is going to come in for 1 year. I think it's more going to be about learning from their leadership styles and just kind of what it takes to be that QB1. I don't think there's going to be able to be a ton of time for mentorship and really kind of bringing along with mechanics or anything like that. I think that's going to be more of a Tony Tokar's Luke thing. But yeah, what's your opinion on that, Jen?
So, I mean, I think they're bringing in, of course, I think they're bringing them in for 1 year. I think Luke is so freaking good, guys. This is the evaluation of all evaluations. And I don't know how to even put it any different than that. Luke wasn't ranked when Florida State offered him. And I think people are like not remembering that. Like, he wasn't even like rated when they offered him. It's incredible the evaluation this coaching staff does. And I think we all need to understand it. They know what they're doing. I think Cam or DJU, all right, I'm going to sit here and be so excited if Cam commits and comes to Florida State, okay? But I kind of agree with the caller. I think DJ is better meshed with Mike Norvell. I do. I mean, that's just me.
Well, the question was mentoring Rodemaker. Who would be better, DJU or Cam?
It doesn't matter. He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah. Rodemaker's gone.
Excuse me, Luke. Who would be the better mentor for Luke? That was the question. Criminal.
God,
Keep saying that. Sorry.
God,
Apologies, Luke.
I mean, I really think it's going to be DJ. I do.
You heard it here first, and I figured that was your answer. But yeah, she's DJU all the way through. I
Look,
kind of
that's-
agree, and I see that through. I'm kind of on the camp side. That's just where we stand on it.
No,
And Rodbot.
It's not that I don't think that Cam could mentor anybody. I just think, okay,
That's not the question. Which one do you prefer is the question. We're not taking any shots at Cam Ward because you picked DJU.
Oh no, I feel like I'm being a hateful person, but I think DJU. Yeah.
Somebody's got to. You're not being hateful. If you like DJU, we love it. Stand on it.
I've been standing on it, baby.
Exactly. We are all good. We love you, Cam Ward, and I'm on your side. Jen hates you. Don't worry about it. Rod Bosick with a super chat. Do you think that if we get Cam, then that makes Stewart a stronger lean towards us? Yes. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I have some kind of inside intel, but yeah, definitely. That's what we've been talking about all along.
100%.
It's kind of why it stinks that it's taken so long, because you get that quarterback in, and that's going to be the nucleus of this class. That's what they're going to build around. It's going to make any tight end, wide receiver, even defenders. It's going to make anyone more liable to join this class because the team has a better run at a championship, better chance. So absolutely.
Oh my God, Cav, I love that you called me Jennifer. I kind of like that. I thank you.
Another super chat, Tony Voloshin, $5. How do you feel about a raised floor in a basketball area? Williams Arena in Minneapolis has one. It's about 2 feet tall at the edge. Big Ten basketball. I think he's talking about where the floor would be up higher, so your floor seats are basically looking at it. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. I'd be all about it. I don't know what the dynamics are around that with the TUP, if they can make that happen, but I don't know if that's something that you have to do to be a part of Big Ten basketball or whatever, but I'd love to experience that for sure.
Here's the thing, and I'm not trying to be mean, but college basketball doesn't move the needle. If it took making a college basketball arena like important, Memphis would be in a bigger conference. Like, let's be real. They play in the FedEx Forum. Like, just come on. Like, I love basketball. I'm a basketball fan. I love basketball. I do. And please do not start putting it around that I don't. I was watching it earlier today. I love it. I love me some Grizzlies. I love me some Memphis Tigers. I love me my Florida State Seminoles. I love the NBA. I love all of it. But the money doesn't give a shit about basketball. Sorry.
Yeah. Jen is a realist. We're a realist here. It's a Florida State football channel, so we're just honest. But yeah, definitely Kev says better than lacrosse. Lacrosse really, that would be fun, and it kind of transitions over to football. But yeah, that's Lord, a weird one. None of us grew up on lacrosse. Tony Voloshin says college basketball is 20% of Big Ten's TV deal. Well, that is great. I don't have that knowledge in front of me, but I find that surprising.
If basketball was important,
but still 20% is
again, Memphis would be in a better conference. That's all I'm gonna say, and I don't have anything.
The Big East would still be around.
Yep.
Football shapes it. Basketball is fun, but it's a secondary kind of in everything to football. The ACC favored basketball schools, and we saw what happened. So unless you want the Big Ten to turn into that, that won't be what it be. But no, we're not slandering basketball. We love basketball.
I love it.
Just being honest and just being real. Brad Power says FSU is going to dominate in baseball too. That will be fun.
In the Big Ten, absolutely. Let's get us a championship, Bradley. Let's get us a championship. We need it.
Already, guys.
He played baseball, so
This is your
That's
time to shine, Jen. If there's anything that you want to bring up,
my
I'm
time
going
to
to
shine.
jump and I'm going to go get our members list together and we're going to do this cash giveaway. But
All right.
you got the floor
Okay.
for a few minutes. Sure.
I've got the floor. All right, guys, give me some questions. What are your questions for me? How did y'all feel about that Clemson game today? I was absolutely enthralled. Clemson versus Kentucky was so much fun. Shine girl. Okay, I'm trying. That game was drunk from the get-go. It was so much fun. No. Oh no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not looking, but I can
oh,
only
no.
imagine what the comment was that
Oh,
you just
no.
looked at.
Yeah, so today was fun. Like, let's go. Memphis won today. Go Tigers. Okay, so let's discuss conference realignment because I think that's what everybody loves to talk about. I think we're all going to be happy at the beginning of February. That's where I'm going. I think this lawsuit actually doesn't last as long as most people think it's going to. I think they are going to get a settlement. I don't think Florida State's going to get out scot-free. If anybody else disagrees with me, please tell me. I think it's going to be about 120 million at the end of the day. And Florida State's going to go to the Big Ten. And I also think they're going to go by themselves. Kev agrees with me. Yeah, I think 120 million max. I think they're going to go by themselves right now. All right.
Alrighty,
Man,
guys.
I get killed for this. I really get killed for this. All right, George, you tell me. You tell me your thoughts on expansion.
Oh, well, we're doing the giveaway.
Oh, we're about to do a giveaway. Okay, sorry.
I was letting you cook while I got the names all lined up and everything.
Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you there.
Now the people want to know.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got the whole show to talk about it, but we're about to do the $75 giveaway for members only, and also for this show, eventually it's going to be members only, but we're going to include super chats. We've got 13 members right now, and we've got a couple. There's still several people that did super chats who aren't members yet, but we aren't going to make them do both. We're going to include super chats for this one. So we're going to make this one, since it's kind of a smaller number, we don't have a giant number of people. It's going to be really simple. Obviously, you have to be present to win. So if you're listening and you're a member, be ready to comment your answers here, because it's going to be whoever gets it's going to be a number. We're going to do a number 1 to 100, okay? And the member with the number first that gets the closest to it gets it. So start putting your numbers down, and it's going to be the first number you put. If you're a member or a super chat, those numbers you only get, don't put down a bunch of numbers. Put down your first number, and if nobody gets it, or if I have a tie or whatever the case may be, we will go to sudden death. But as far as that, the first number you put in the chat is going to be the one you get down with. And as soon as I have the numbers, we will go forward with it. But yeah, conference realignment. I'm just ready to get, I don't know what you were talking about in specific. I wasn't really paying attention, but just get us to the Big Ten. That's all it is. We're waiting. Obviously, we've predicted here it's going to be February. And then everything's happened since then. Now that February date that we predicted is kind of in the air. Everybody knows exactly what's going on. Do we get discovery?
Yeah.
Do we get discovery?
I don't think so.
Or do they settle beforehand? And
I think they settle. I think they're going to settle. I think they're going to settle. And we've talked about discovery. We've talked about all those things. I think they're going to settle. I think it's going to be around 120 million. I think Florida State is going to be happy to pay that, get the fuck out, and move along, and then make way more money. But here's where I'm going to get killed here, guys. This is where I'm going to get killed. I don't think they take anybody from the ACC with them right now. I
Well,
don't
you
think
get
they have
killed for there.
spots. Um,
That's what our opinion's been since day one here at the Renegade
I mean, I
Report.
know, but there are some people who are like, "Oh, it's gonna be Clemson, it's gonna be Miami, it's gonna be this." I don't believe
Well, lay
that.
it out for them. Let them know why.
Because I think that the Big Ten is waiting for North Carolina to make a decision, or Notre Dame. If Florida State becomes available, which we know they are, if Notre Dame makes that choice, which I don't think they will, nobody's forced them to. That's not going to happen. They've never been penalized for not being in a conference, right? They've never been penalized. And all they do is make money. So why would you go to a conference, right? They don't care about championships anymore. They haven't won them since like what, the 90s? Like, seriously. Who cares? They still getting money. And oh wait, Rod Bostic, I'm gonna get killed for this. I'm gonna get there. So I think it's gonna be Florida State by themselves. At first, they're going to wait for either a Notre Dame or North Carolina decision. And this is where it could get wonky. Florida State is not rolling out the red carpet for Miami to join them. They're just not. They don't care. That's not their problem. It's not, and I don't even think the Big Ten is all that interested. So it's just not there. Okay. But guys, I still am hearing Georgia Tech, and I get killed on this. I still get killed on this. I do.
People don't like hearing Georgia Tech, huh?
They don't. This is the problem. I get killed on it. I know. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Look, Georgia Tech is AAU. They are a huge TV market, and I get it. I get it. Georgia's already in that TV market. Look, I'm only telling you what I'm hearing. That's it. Like it's not me. I'm not saying I prefer Georgia Tech. I agree with Ryan Willie. I think UNC is more inclined to either stay in the ACC or go to the SEC. I absolutely agree with you. 100%. I think, and here's another way people are going to get upset here, because this is where it leaves two teams out that people are going to be stunned by. Because I think I'm not saying Georgia Tech is going to be the pick of the Big Ten. I'm saying it could fall to them, right? Like it could fall to them, right? But I think for the SEC, if North Carolina decides to leave the ACC, they're going to go to the SEC, and I know you guys are going to be mad. They'll take NC State with them, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. Sorry. That's what I've heard. Anybody else has any other opinions? George, what do you think?
Yeah, no, look, when it comes to right now and who comes, it's fun to talk about who the other team is going to be. But
Yep.
anything that's reported is just conjecture, because the fact of the matter is
to take one.
they're not
Yep.
looking for somebody else, period. They're not considering anybody. They're just not. It is what it is. It's fun to talk about, but they're only considering Florida State right now. That's what it's all about. And then once Florida State gets in, then they're going to worry about that. They carried an uneven number before. They'll carry an uneven number again. And, maybe somebody steps forward. Maybe there's a team that decides to join the lawsuit or something like that, and it becomes public, and then you have a perfect person to step in. Maybe somebody smart and does something like that. But until you hear some news like that, it's just fun to talk about who that possibility would be. And Jen's absolutely right. Georgia Tech, they check all the boxes. They used to be in the SEC. They're that Atlanta market. You'd have the Florida market, the Georgia market. So them or North Carolina would obviously make sense. Like she said, the SEC is one that wants North Carolina. So who knows? Maybe they end up over there. We'll find out. But Florida State, they're the belle of the ball.
I think North Carolina is extremely coveted by the SEC. And so whatever everybody, I get it. whatever your opinions are of North Carolina, I agree with you. I think they're scrubs. They do nothing for anything. I totally get it. Like their football product is god awful. We just watched them in a bowl game again, lose again. I mean, they do nothing in football. I 100% agree with you guys. I'm not saying they're valuable to me. I'm saying they're valuable to networks for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess it's market. Virginia makes more sense as far as market is concerned to me, but
All right, guys. So when it comes to the $75, I've been sitting here looking at it, trying to make sure I didn't get this wrong. Okay. Now, the winning number, unfortunately, Rod Bostic, you could have won, but your first number was 13. Okay, and so you can't do multiple choices. The number was 39. It appears to be Brad Powers at 19, if I am not mistaken. Jen's buddy Brad, yes, and he has paid a super chat.
I did not know it. I did not know it.
You did not know what?
The number or anything.
Nobody thinks you cheated,
I didn't.
Jen.
I know. I just wanted to say that real quick.
Okay. Well, now they absolutely think you did, but no, Jen would never.
Never.
We don't do that. And there's his super chat. I think he actually has a couple of them. So Brad is the lucky winner, unless you have a complaint. Kev was closed at 69. I had to think about it, but he was 30 away. And again, Rod, man, if you would have did that 25 the first time, you would have been the closest by far. It would have been 14 away. But it is going to be Brad Powers. So let's give this $25 away. This one is going to be just a silly Florida State trivia question. You're just going to have to call the number, and the first one to get through will get the first shot at it. So congratulations to Brad Powers. Super chat, and apparently that's his lucky number. Apparently it is, my man.
I mean, again. Ask him about the Germantown Festival. That'll be fun. That's a fun story.
Ask him. Jen, you're live on the air.
I know. It's just funny. I don't know. I've known him for so long.
But we barely heard what you said. Ask him.
Oh, hey,
we
Bradley,
we want to hear it.
Bradley, what happened at the Germantown Festival? Are you going to call in? Can you call in, darling? Let's see if he calls in.
Well, right now, the first person that calls in gets $25, so he's not eligible for that one, but
he doesn't want to.
He said, new phone, who dis? Again, all you got to do is call the line if you want to get that $25 cash prize. Everybody was in for the other cash prize. All you got to do is dial the number, folks. But again, we appreciate everybody. We had a ton of new members, ton of super chats. Again, if you missed our predictions, Jen picked Florida State to beat the Georgia Bulldogs 24-21 tomorrow at 3:00. And again, I just lost. I'm reading comments again. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, 3:00 tomorrow, the Capital One Orange Bowl, and also you can catch us at the post game live on the Voice of College Football, live afterwards. All righty, you're the first caller to call in. So, who is the most accurate kicker in Florida State history?
What's that?
The most accurate kicker in Florida State history.
That's Sebastian Janikowski.
Ooh, I think you're going to be off on that one. That's going to be Roberto Aguayo.
No, oh shoot! I forgot about Roberto.
We cuss. It's all right, man. We'll get you next time, brother. You are live with the Renegade Rundown. Now we're going to have to change the question because I just gave the answer there. So, who is, that's a little easy. All right. That's all right. We'll still give you an easy one. Who is the first Heisman Trophy winner in Florida State history?
Charlie Ward.
That would be a fact. Who do we got on the line, my man?
This is Rod Boston.
Rod Bostic. Okay. So you picked the second winning number, but we got you in there. Yeah. If it would have been 13, we could have had a tie and we could have had everybody pick different numbers. But yeah, there you go. It worked out. And I'll get you, man. Just shoot me or text me your cash tag. And as soon as the show's over, we'll get you taken care of, brother.
Sounds good, man. Go Noles, everybody.
Absolutely. Now, this is, if I'm not mistaken, you played for Florida State. Am I thinking of the right person here?
I wish I played for
Okay,
Florida State.
you're just our friend, Rod Bostic. Okay, well, we appreciate you calling. I my mind melts sometimes, but we sure appreciate you, brother, and we'll get you that $25.
All right. Sounds good, man. Appreciate
Absolutely. Go Noles. All righty, there you have it. Bam, two big winners, Rod Bostic and Brad Powers. And guys, we do this all the time. We'll do it again when we hit either 1,500 or 2,000. We may wait till 2,000 since we're so close and we've done so many of these, but we're just excited. We love hanging out with you guys. We love taking calls. We love talking conference realignment. We love all of it, man. We just have a fun time over here, and we love dealing with you guys.
Yeah, like I'm traveling on Tuesday and I had to get to where I need to be so I could be on the show.
Had to. Might get a few tickets in the mail, but it was all worth it, and we got the show done. But
I don't care what those tickets won't be in my name.
Look, guys, we had a lot of fun. There's not a ton left to talk about, but we really, really appreciate you guys joining us. We will have another show again Sunday. After the game, we'll get to, look back, and hopefully, who knows, maybe we'll get an announcement, maybe we'll get some transfer portal action, but either way, we will figure out. We're going to have a fun guest. We hadn't had that many guests here the past week. We've just been having fun talking with you guys besides that one Big Ten episode. So who knows, maybe we get a former player, something fun for you on Sunday, but till then, go follow Jen on Twitter at JenSanty1890. Follow me at Renegade Report 1. Anything you want to tell the folks before we get out of here?
Well, I mean, we did have some good guests on Tuesday, though.
Yeah, that's the Big Ten episode that I said.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the one. I'm so lost. We
It's
can
all
do
good.
story time with Jen. Yeah, Brad, if you called in, you could do story time with Jen, but he didn't.
We'll
And
get that
thank
story
you.
out of him before it's over with.
Thank you for not, darling. Thank you for not. Yeah, it would make me look bad. Yeah, guys, I'm excited about the game tomorrow.
Sorry, buddy.
What?
Buddy says he got the easy question and I got the hard one. Man, I'm sorry. That's one that for me, that's like the easiest question you could ever have because he literally didn't miss a kick the whole season and he was like 100%. So it's like, I'm sorry, man. That's just how my mind works. But yeah, I kind of felt bad for giving you too hard a one, so he couldn't give another hard one. But we'll get you before it's over with. I'm sure we'll get you on the next one. So just keep on calling.
Yeah, I'm excited about the game tomorrow. I'm excited about doing the post game. I wish I could just wake up and realize what happened. But
We'll close with this. Fuck Miami. Fuck Miami. That's the saying.
Absolutely.
That is a literal cheer. In Doak Campbell, it's Miami. It's not even close. Florida people, don't get me wrong, they're extremely aggravating. We work with them, but they're they're real people that exist in this world. They're a little stuck up. They may wear jorts, and have, all that weird stuff they do, but they're at least people. So yeah, Miami for me.
yeah, Miami for me too. But guys, you can only find them on the internet. They're not
Yes.
in real life. They're just very weird, delusional folks, and treat them like your dementia grandparents, that live at the home because you don't really see them ever. You might have to look at them every once in a while. But you don't really see them in public. Those are the true Miami fans. They are nowhere to be found. except for on the internet. So you don't
That's
really
right.
have to deal with them.
So there's the answer for that one, and we will see you all next time right here on the Renegade Rundown.